Good morning, class. We are looking at the homepage of Canvas. My name is Dr. Araipur. I sent you several emails regarding the course and asked you to explore the course. On the homepage of Canvas, you find the following in numerical format: numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Number one, there is a 1 or 2 minute clip welcoming you to the course. I'm very happy to have you here. Number two is the class philosophy. Let's look at that.
This class is a community and therefore, we all have the same objective, to learn. Online students often feel isolated, but it is vitally important to know you are not in this alone. I would like each of you to approach our online class with a great attitude and a willingness to help one another. Many problems and questions can be resolved by asking a fellow student. I am always here to help you, but I truly believe your experience will be more fruitful if you communicate with your fellow students as well. Let us work together to make this a memorable semester for each and every one of us. Course objectives. The primary objectives of our Survey of Calculus 1 course include the foundational principles of calculus, an integral branch of mathematics that delves into comprehending rates of change and accumulation. The principal aim of this course is to familiarize students with the fundamental concepts and techniques of calculus, which form the bedrock for grasping alterations and deviations in diverse fields. The course will be structured around several key focal points, encompassing the exploration of fundamental concepts of analytic geometry, the study of limits and continuity, and the exploration of differentiation and integration pertaining to algebraic and trigonometric functions. Additionally, the course will engage with real-life applications from the realm of life sciences, showcasing various interpretations of derivatives and integrals. These applications will span topics such as maximum-minimum problems and optimization, linearization and difference equations, sequences, sequential limits, as well as antiderivatives and integrations. Instructors' contact information. Email me via Canvas or use the email address era.araeipor@csulb.edu, and I reply from Monday to Friday within 24 hours.
Going back to the homepage of Canvas, the next one is the announcements. Let me put this in student mode. These emails, these announcements have been sent to you in the form of email. We have recorded orientation, welcome and orientation, and welcoming you to the virtual course. So I'm going to go back and leave the student mode. The next one, number 4 has the syllabus modules where you can find the practice test, PowerPoint, solution to practice test, homework, quiz, and then discussion forum, exams. What I want to mention before anything else, at the bottom of the page, you see the Zoom link for the office hours. You don't want to mix it up with this Zoom link, which is for the class. Okay, just make sure you don't mix them up. So syllabus, let's look at the syllabus. And it starts with the information about the course, the section number, and so forth. The Zoom link to get into the course. Topics, because syllabi are getting larger and larger. I put them in this format. And you can look at a couple of topics that are of interest to you, such as course description, text. The text is by OpenStax, is free, and I will show you also when we get to My Open Math. The digital platform we use is My Open Math. I'm going to refer to it as MOM for short from now on. The class calendar, every few weeks we have an exam. The first one as an example in a few weeks, and all the exams take place on Saturdays except the final. The final takes place as designated by the campus. Okay. The week of the exam, On Monday, you receive an email that explains to you about the exam and its password and so forth. As long as it's before the due date, it's fine. Also, pay attention that all exams, again, except the final exam, is exam as designated by the campus. Okay, they expire at 11:59 p.m. on their due date. You may take them anytime on that day, but no later than 8 or 9 p.m. to be on the safe side. More information about various meetings, calculators. You may use a graphing calculator, not necessarily for the exam. Tech support, we have it for the publisher, MyOpenMath, for Canvas, for Campus, Language State. The Math Tutorial Center, this is free for students. You're more than welcome to explore that. Creating policy, I'll explain it here. It's easier. There are there are homework is worth 200 points, quiz 100 points. There are 4 exams, 100 points each. Final is 300, total of 1,000. That's a point system. A is 90% or above, meaning 900 and above. B is 80%, that means 800 and above to 899, so on and so forth. And it is also explained here. As far as the exams are concerned, there's one attempt. As far as the homework, there are multiple attempts. Also, your lowest grade before the final may be replaced by the final exam if the final score is 80% or higher. Homework grades are 95% or higher, and quiz grades are 90% or higher, and this action will result in a higher letter grade. There's no makeup policy unless something comes up. You can let me know. However, remember the way it's set up. You have from the moment you receive the email, which has the information including the password, until Saturday to take the exam. Course late work, there's a 10% penalty for course late work. Some of the homework assignments only you may do that, but it's really not a good idea. You get behind if you use the late work. CSULB 36. This is CSULB study 36. This is extremely important. For every hour in class, you should spend 3 hours outside. This is a 3-unit course, so we need 9 hours to do well per week. And I have other informations and websites. You can, explore those as well. Very straightforward, basic needs. And summary steps to success. You want to read your notes, do the problems, okay, study corresponding sections, lecture PowerPoints, creating a formula sheet. This is about putting together a nice index card, doing the examples, doing the homework, and doing the quiz. Again, the office hours are posted on the homepage of Canvas as well as here. Also have an Excel calendar for that. That gives you the date of the exams and some of the assignments. For example, the introduction to MyOpenMath is due in a couple of days. Algebra review a couple more days, and then quizzes, exams, and so forth. So you want to pay attention to that. Also, when we go to MyOpenMath, and I will show you, you have all this information, so you don't have to worry about that. Going back to the homepage of Canvas. Now we covered the syllabus, and I want to go to modules, but before that, it takes a moment to discuss the discussion forum right here, or on the left navigation bar, makes no difference. There are 2 of them. The first one is a student bias. This is mine, and I put mine as an example. So you can, if you like, you can put your student bio. If you answer someone, please make sure it's just with encouraging words and utmost respect. This is frequently asked questions. Sometimes students ask questions in the past, and I compile them here. And if there are more questions, I put them here. If anything comes up, you have a question, please read this first. and none of them is being graded. So discussion forum is not part of the grading. So going to the modules, what do we find there? The very top one is my open math. The next one is recorded lectures. Then notice we have exam 1 module, exam 2 module, exam 3, exam 4 module, and then final exam review, and the last one, which is a resource. So what I want to go over, I want to go over exam 1 module and the rest of them repeat. Then I want to go to the resource and come back to the top. So first I put the exam 1 review with the key. I highly recommend you read that for about 5 to 6 minutes. Doesn't take longer than that to see what the first module covers. And then after I cover a section, for example, I cover section 1.6, you can do the exam reviews to get you ready for the exam. What is the next one? These are the PowerPoints that pertain to the first exam. I have them in the form of a PDF file as well as PowerPoints. So either way is fine. You can, look at any of them. The way I've set it up, and I want you to pay attention, you don't have to write anything. By that, I mean, you don't have to write the definition. You don't have to write the proof. You don't even have to write the example. So what do you have to write? Solution to each example. Okay. So I give you the example, but I don't give you the solution. In class, we go over that. See, you have the examples, not the solution. The purpose of that is to make it very easy on you. You have the minimum amount of writing. Okay. So again, right now, for example, here, the second one, you can find your PowerPoints. The third one is the solution to those exam reviews in the form of a PowerPoint. Okay. Most of those exam review questions are answered here. Also, over here, we have the recordings. Here's the latest one, and the new one is coming up. Notice we have, for example, 1.6, 2.1, and it goes all the way to 3.1. And after that, what do we have? The exam 1 review. So we have all the previous recordings, and it moves on all the way to the end of the course. So what do you find under the modules? First, you want to be concerned with exam 1 module. Over here, this is the exam review. Over here are the PowerPoints you can find for the first module without the solution to the examples. Over here, you find solution to exam 1 review in the form of a PowerPoint. Over here, you find the same solution recorded right here from section 1.6 all the way to this exam 1 review, which is this one. As we move down, what is the last one? It's a resource. What type of a resource is that? This is the TI calculator commands. The first page, you may be able to use this website to get an emulator which looks like this. It may or may not work. But even if it doesn't work, see, we have online calculators and resources. These are all for free, okay? You can stick with them if you want. And then various commands are here, as you can see. So that would be the last one. And now to the very first one, which is my open math. So I'm going to put this in student mode. And when you click the first one, you can register with my open math class, the very first one. Don't need any ID or anything. You just registering through Canvas. You have an account, that means you have a username and password. You don't create an account. Okay, I hope everybody's clear. So the very first one. The very first one will allow you to register with my open math. So what happens when you register with my open math? Takes you here. Here's your digital platform where you can do the homework. So what do you find? First and foremost, introduction to my open math. Second one is algebra review, and I'm going to look at those in a moment. Next, I have exams and quizzes. The reason I put them at top, because in the past, sometimes students would lose that and not know where to find them. You have quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, and then exam 1, and there are 2 attempts for the quizzes. So I'm going to minimize that. As we scroll down, first and foremost, pay attention to the calendar. I can change this to more or less number of weeks. Please pay attention, see what you find. Number 1, right here is your introductory assignment to my open math, which is due in a couple of days. Then you have AR, algebra review, quiz 1, 2, 3. Notice all of this homework are due before exam 1. Does that mean we should do it then? Absolutely not. When do we have to do it? As soon as I'm done with the section, I want you to go and do your homework if you want to stay at top of your game. Then if you look at this, you see module 1, 2, 3, 4, just the way we have it in Canvas. We also have module 0. Remember, the very last module was some sort of a resource in Canvas. Now, the very first one, I called it module 0. What is module 0? Just resources such as text, information about graphing calculators such as Desmos, how to use a late pass calendar, gradebook. Make sure you go over these resources and see which one works for you. Free online calculators. There are many free online calculators. I don't believe students should pay for anything. If you have a calculator, you're fine with that. So be it. If not, you can use a free online calculators. Also, this is extremely important. This is not being graded class. We have chapter review, pre-calculus review, such as review of functions, basic class of functions, trigonometric functions, inverse, exponential, and logarithmic functions, factoring. If you forgot some topics in algebra, you can review them right here. So I'm going to minimize module 0. I have expanded it. So please take a look at module 0. It's a bunch of resources. Your course starts with module 1. However, before we do module 1, we want to see if we can get started with mandatory assignment to my open math. This will teach you about my open math. So you click on it. So this is the introduction to my open math. Everybody can do that. So first we want to enter this number. The moment I click on the box, it gives me a math editor. So 92.6665. So that's the first one. The next one, we want to go with 2 decimals. The second one is 6. We change it to 7. So 92.67. The reason we change it to 7 because next to it is 6. Remember the method of rounding. I'm assuming everybody's comfortable with that. Can I divide by 0? No, the answer is undefined. They don't have it. I'm going to go with D and E. Does not exist. Now, if I submit the question, I get 4 credit and I'm done. If I go to the second question, 1/3, you know it's 0.3, but I want to answer it wrong, 0.9 on purpose, and I'm going to submit the question. So it says it's wrong. Why did I do this on purpose? Because I want you to see what happens when we answer wrong. All you have to do, get a similar question, and it cleans up this one. So if I get a similar question, it happened to give me the same one, 0.3 bar. That means I'm going to put a bunch of threes, submit the question, and I got my 4 credit. In other words, okay, you made a mistake, big deal. Get a similar question, and you have a chance to get 4 credit. At this point, if I click done, it will register those 2 questions as done right, and after the homework expires, that would be my grade. However, I can come back anytime and resume this before the due date. Okay, so I'm going to exit and I'm going to go to the next one. I want to show you something with the next one, and that is in the same manner. However, okay, so we have a find the slope of this line. Then we have a vertical line, and the vertical line, the slope is undefined or does not exist. Okay, so submit the question and I have the answer. What I wanted to show you here, and the difference between this one and the other one, is that it has help. In this case, it has written example. Same thing here. But if you go to this one, it has a video as a help. So I hope you see how the setup is. The setup is such that as you do the homework, the help is available right then and there. So that should be really nice. Again, I'm going to click done. It registers the first one as my grade, and then I can resume and do the rest of it. I'm going to exit, and I want to go to module 1. Under module 1, I see 1.6, chapter 2, chapter 3. This one is 1.6 and 2.1. First, I see the information about the text. So if I click on it, it takes me to a specific page of a text that contains this topic. These are the videos. I'm not going to click on it, but if you watch the PowerPoints and the recordings and that's good enough for you, more power to you. If it's not, you can watch this recording and then go do your homework. When you're done with this, chapter 2, if you expand it, the same thing, 2.2, you have a bunch of videos, and then the homework, same thing with 2.3, so on and so forth. So here's the recap, everybody. The home page, we have a welcoming message, class philosophy, announcements. If we want to attend the class, here's the Zoom meeting we want to go. If we want to attend the office hours, the bottom of the page, these are the office hours. The syllabus was discussed. You have the syllabus in Excel. And everything else is under the modules. So what you find under the modules, the very first one is my open math. Then we have recorded lectures. So all you have to do, be concerned with exam 1 module, and the rest of them repeat. You start with the review, PowerPoints, PowerPoint solution to the exam review, and the very last one is a resource. And again, at the top, over here, you register with my open math. Over here, these are recorded lectures. And when you go to my open math, the very first assignment you start right away today, that is introduction to my open math. And then you go to algebra review. Module 0 contains a lot of resources. You start with module 1. So I hope everybody's okay with that. I wish you all best of luck and happy study.